We're back for our daily MLB Best Bets here on August 21st. It is a Thursday, and we've only got like 10 games today in Major League Baseball, but we still have our 5 best bets for the available games, ranging throughout the day here in Major League Baseball. First game at 10:10, and we've got a bet for 10:10 in the morning, and the final game of the night as well at 4:30. We have a bet for both of those. So again, got you covered all day long here with MLB action. And before we get into the video, folks, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more daily MLB Best Bets here on the channel. Earlier in the week, we posted our college football week 0 predictions. 5 games over in the world of college football. Really excited to do that throughout the year. Make sure to go check that out. Again, we're going to be doing college football predictions. We're going to be predicting every single college football game for the rest of the year, and NFL coming up, college basketball, NBA. We're really going to get going here on the channel very soon. And a lot of videos on Greedo Plays MMA this week. Our UFC Fight Night, Walker versus Zhang. Full card predictions from Shanghai, China. We've also got our Road to UFC predictions. Shi Ming versus Bruna Brazil. And we've also got our PFL World Tournament predictions. That is tonight. Fabian Edwards and Dalton Rosta main event from Hollywood, Florida at the Hard Rock. Go make sure to check out all of those videos as they're all linked in the description down below. And go subscribe to Greedo Plays MMA as well if you have not yet. Also, thank you for 25,000 subscribers. I mean, that's big, man. That's huge, right? Fourth of the way to 100,000. Couldn't do it without y'all watching the videos. I really appreciate it. Okay, on to the first of our 5 best bets. Let's have a positive day for 25K, eh? Okay, what am I, Canadian? Anyways, first best bet of the video, it is the Athletics going to Minnesota and beating the Twins. Okay, even odds. I get it. We're putting quite a bit into A's trying to sweep Minnesota. I think they're going to do it. Guys, the Twins are putting out a AAA lineup right now. A's win the first 2 games of the series yesterday. They win 4-2 in Minnesota. And it was a Shea Langeliers home run in the top of the 10th that propelled the Athletics to victory. That's one of the reasons why I'm going with the A's, just because of the lineup. I mean, you compare these 2 teams' lineups right now. Minnesota, again, I joked and said that it's a AAA lineup, but legitimately, it kind of feels like it. Other than Buxton and, like, Larnach, oh, man, the bottom of that lineup is horrible. I mean, Cody Clemens, Ryan Jeffers isn't horrible, but Wallner, James Outman's batting for this team now. Yes, that James Outman from the Los Angeles Dodgers. Goodness, they're playing Ryan Fitzgerald too. 31-year-old Ryan Fitzgerald. And they're starting Jose Urena. Now, okay, I know Jose Urena for the guy that Bryce Harper just owned. Okay, because no matter where Jose Urena went in his career, Bryce Harper would have the most serious ownage on the guy ever, and especially just in Miami. Obviously, that's where, for the most part. I believe Harper had multiple home runs against Urena when he was a Rocky too, but that's neither here or there. Guys, Jose Urena, with the exception of 2017, has never been a good pitcher. I don't know how he's stuck around the league for this long. Legitimately, look at the stats Jose Urena has posted on a year in and year out basis. He hasn't been good ever. And here's the outlier, guys. As a Minnesota Twin, he's got a 2.13 ERA and he's got a positive WAR. Throughout Urena's entire career, he's had a positive WAR twice in a season. 2017 and in 2018, in seasons in which he posted a 3.8 and a 4 ERA. This is the only other year in his career he's posted a positive WAR, more than a couple games. Or I guess he had a positive WAR the Rangers season, but he still had a 4 ERA that year. I mean, again, those positive WARs I'm talking about, 0.4, 0.6 WARs. Okay, Urena as a Twin has a 4 ERA, ERA as a Twins 2.7, ERA on the season is 4. He started the year with the Los Angeles Dodgers, then went on over to Minnesota. In 3 games pitched so far for Urena in Minnesota, he goes 4 innings against the Cleveland Guardians, 5 hits, 2 runs. Against the Royals, 3 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. And his last start, 5 2/3 innings shutout of the Detroit Tigers. His team ultimately lost the game 7-0, but Urena posted his best line of the season, very surprisingly. I'm here to say this is a fluke. This is not legit. This isn't real, okay? This Jose Urena run is not legitimate, okay? And I feel very confident in saying that. The Athletics are going to bomb the Twins today. They are. And I know the A's are still dealing with their injuries, right? Jacob Wilson's still in his rehab assignment and whatnot. That's okay. Nick Kurtz, leadoff man, Kurtz yesterday, goes 1 for 3, but he's got the average up to 313. Again, one of the best rookies in all of baseball, if not the best rookie in all of baseball this season. Shea Langeliers batting .270 in the 2 spot. Again, hit the big home run in the 10th inning that gave the A's the victory. You still got Brent Rooker in the lineup. Tyler Soderstrom's swinging a hot bat right now. Lawrence Butler's not, but Hopefully he turns it around, and sure, the bottom of the A's lineup does get a little shaky, but so is Minnesota's. The A's are starting Jack Perkins today, the 25-year-old from Indiana, not the University of Indiana, but from the state of Indiana. I actually could not tell you where he went to college. He did go to the University of Indiana. Really? And I went to the University of Indiana for a year. Really? Oh, that's okay. Never mind. That's way before I went to Indiana. I transferred out. No, I did not drop out, by the way. Anyways, Jack Perkins pitched at the University of Indiana, Bloomington, I think in 2017 it was, way before I got there. Way before I got there. He's been all right this season, Jack Perkins. Last start against the Angels, 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs. Before that against the Orioles, 6 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs. Okay, these are all just serviceable starts. Perkins, they were they were throwing him out of the bullpen earlier in the year. Now they've moved him into a starting role, and he's been good in the starting role. And I just look at this Twins lineup. If Byron Buxton has over 4 days like he did yesterday, the Twins don't have any source of offense for the most part. Larnach went 2 for 5, and Brooks Lee went 3 for 4. And Brooks Lee was a big reason. Lee and Larnach were the only reasons they scored yesterday. I just don't trust the Minnesota lineup. I know the A's can score regardless of who's in it, especially against Jose Urena. Because again, I'm telling you, Urena's, his run right now is a fake run. The A's have won the first 2 games in Minnesota in this series, and they're going to continue to win. I'm taking the Athletics to win and close out and sweep the Minnesota Twins on their own home field. Don't look now, A's are going to only be 11 games under 500 with the victory. Not like they're going anywhere with that, but shout out to the Athletics. I think they're going to win this game -110 on the money line. On to our second best bet of the video, we move now to our Washington Nationals best bet of the video. I'm taking Nationals money line at +120. Yep. Sign me up for plus money with the Nats. There's a reason to this. Nats won yesterday 5-4 at home against the Metropolitans. I told you to take +1.5, and the Nats ended up winning the game outright. So we'll take that. I believe the Nationals are actually going to win the game today. I actually think they're going to. Mackenzie Gore is pitching. Okay, and Gore has been much better, and I said it a couple weeks ago. When he went to San Francisco, that was a big turning point in one way or the other for his season, right? We knew he was already on a downwards trend, but if he couldn't go to San Francisco and pitch a good game, he's probably cooked for the rest of the year. Well, he goes into San Francisco, has his best start of the year other than the Phillies start on opening day. His last start against Philadelphia was good. 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs. He gives up 2 runs in the first inning. He locks in after that. 5 innings of very good baseball from Mackenzie Gore. 7 strikeouts in 6 innings. Arguably should have gone the 7th, but they didn't try, and ultimately we lost the game because of it. That's fine. Brad Lord pitches a serviceable game yesterday against the Metropolitans. Gives up some runs in the 5th inning. It is what it is. 5th and 6th. The ones in the 6th were charged to him. He gave up the solo home run to Beatty in the top half of the inning in the 5th, but the 6th, again, is where it all started, coming down for Lord. Cole Henry came in. Runs were responsible on Lord. But anyways, Nats win the game 5-4. Okay. I believe Gore's going to have a good night today against New York. We talked about the mediocrity out of New York all the time. Yes, they will have games where Lindor, Soto, and Alonso show up, but they're also going to have games where these guys are completely ice cold. And this is why the Mets are going nowhere in the postseason this year. And that's why I don't like either of the teams. That's the difference between them and Philadelphia. Philadelphia shows up on a nightly basis, and there's guys you can rely on. There's no one you can rely on really in the Mets lineup. They're so streaky. And when they're hot, oh yeah, they're one of the best teams in baseball. That's not going to win you a championship. And honestly, they're not even going to get out the wild card round if they make it. They are making it. The Reds are not going to outplay this team for the rest of the year. After watching Cincinnati yesterday, they're not going to do so. I know Cincinnati won a series in Anaheim. That was such a winnable game yesterday, and they couldn't pull through. Ridiculous. Anyways, I think the Nats are going to beat the Mets today. Mackenzie Gore is going 4.04 ERA, but his last 2 starts have been very encouraging. You could think, oh, maybe he's due for a blow-up. I don't think so. I think he's really locked back in. And Sean Manaea, the former athletic lefty for Southpaw for the Mets, is going today from Valparaiso, Indiana. 4.71 ERA in the season for him, for the former Valpo Southpaw. Last 2 starts have not been good for Manaea. After pitching fairly well in San Diego against the Padres, Manaea goes against the Guards, Brewers, and Mariners. Goes 5 2/3 against Cleveland, 7 hits, 5 runs. Milwaukee, 4 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs. Mariners, 5 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs. He's been beat up in all of these starts, and he will likely not give you any depth in any of these starts as well. Lefty going against the Nats, that's okay. Early in the year, I'd rather the Nats face a lefty rather than face a righty. It doesn't matter anymore. I'm just going to be honest. I feel like this team plays equally the same against the lefty and righty at this point in time. Like, I actually, low-key might like the lefty matchup a little bit more because of Paul DeJong. I'll get into DeJong in a second and his really weird career resurgence. But, like, Riley Adams is hitting lefties really well right now. The lefty-right split doesn't really affect Wood and Abrams, so it doesn't really matter there. It does affect Josh Bell a little bit, but Bell's really improving from the right side of the plate. Probably not going to see Luis Garcia, so he's going to be the odd man out today. It's going to be Brady House in the lineup and DeJong at second, which I'm okay with. We're going to have to watch Jacob Young today. No. RH3 is going to be out the lineup for JY. Ugh. It's okay. I think the Nats are going to win this baseball game. Mackenzie Gore's a big reason to that, and Sean Manaea as well going is a big reason to that as well. And I actually believe in the big 2025, the Nationals are going to win a 3-game series against the New York Metropolitans, and if they do, I will laugh about it. And if they do, go to Greedo Plays clips on TikTok. You will see it. But real quick, got to talk about Paul DeJong, right? Because this is a big reason why I am going Nats money line today, because of the production out of DeJong, right? You watched that Dylan Cruz RBI double yesterday against the Mets. Well, that doesn't get set up if it's not for DeJong getting on base and getting on second prior to that. I thought Paul DeJong's career was over earlier in the season in Pittsburgh when he took that ball to the face. Pause. When he got hit in the face with the baseball, hit by pitch in Pittsburgh. That's what I'm going for. Anyways, I thought it was over for DeJong. I really thought it was. I mean, I thought he was going to be on the Nick Senzel timeline, not in terms of injury. Well, actually, kind of. If you remember, Senzel earlier in the year, last season, got injured in Cincinnati. They had to call up Trey Lipscomb, who should be on the Major League roster right now, but that's neither here or there. I thought the same thing was going to happen to DeJong. I thought DeJong was going to come back, and he was going to be an easy DFA guy after, a month or two back on the Major League roster. Well, boy, have I been wrong, because Paul DeJong, guys, arguably is posting one of his best seasons of his career. If Paul DeJong had played the entire year and gotten to start the entire season, this is probably a 20 home run guy. And this is probably the best Paul DeJong we have gotten since 2019, where he hit for, 30 home runs and batted for a 250 average for the St. Louis Cardinals. And I'm telling you again, I'm not going to tell you that DeJong's going to get back to that, but he's been incredible. And definitely the best he's been since that 2019 season this year with the Nationals. He's killing left-handed pitching. He's playing short, third, and second base. I mean, this guy's a reliable glove everywhere in the infield. He's batting in the high 250s right now, only 6 home runs. But again, if he had played the entire season, I believe that number would probably be in the 20s. He's going to finish, I think, around 12 or 13 probably before the year's end, probably 12-ish. But DeJong's having a tremendous season. And I'm very surprised. Now, I did think there was a chance Young was going to get moved to the deadline. He just wasn't able to build up enough momentum until that point. And now this is going to, we're going to have to ask the question, should DeJong be brought back next year? For as much as I like DeJong and have gotten to like DeJong a lot throughout this year, something that I didn't expect, I don't think we can actually bring DeJong back as a starter. Well, no, I know we can't do that. If he's going to come back next season, he has to be willing to accept a bench role. And if he doesn't want to do that, honestly, I wouldn't be against that. I would say fair play to him if he did not want to come back in a bench capacity, because he has played like a starter this year. It's just we can't continue to play 33-year-old Paul DeJong, no matter how great of a year he's having, if we're actually trying to contend, right? But are we going to try to contend next year? Probably not. And we're probably going to roll out, we're going to call up our old pal Dom Smith and tell him to play first base for us next season because he's been good with the Giants. I'm so serious. Something stupid like that's going to happen next year. But yeah, DeJong's having a really good year. He's proving why, he should be a star in this league. He's been much better than what we thought he was going to be, which was a Nick Senzel, Ildemaro Vargas type guy. But somehow Vargas starts for the D-backs still. Anyways, really impressive Paul DeJong. Keep it going, pal. And I think, again, DeJong's a big reason why the Nats are going to win today. Love that matchup with him and Sean Manaea. Going on to our third best bet of the video, we move to our best player prop of the day. Welcome back, Unk. Oh, here we go. Oh, we are the mega powers, the line. Like the Macho Man Hogan thing. Yeah, here we go. Me and Justin Verlander. We're combining forces today, all right? Me and JV are coming together here. And I'm picking Justin Verlander over 3.5 strikeouts against the San Diego Padres. I feel like this line's fairly easy. But let's roll. Now, I guess the reason the line's like this is because of how Landon Rupp pitched yesterday in San Diego. Rupp got chased out that game pretty quickly, went 2 1/3 innings, gave up 5 runs and 2 strikeouts. You know what that means, guys? The Giants bullpen has been used early in this Padres series. Monday, again, game goes down to the wire. They have to use Randy Rodriguez. And sure, can Rodriguez pitch today? Probably 100% yes. But they had to use a bunch of their bullpen guys on Monday. Yesterday, they had to use 3 more bullpen guys because Landon Rupp only went 2 1/3. And sure, Tristan Beck went out there and gave them 4 innings and simply just 8 innings late in that game before Butho had to pitch in the 9th or the 8th. But the Giants are going to need length out of Verlander in the start. They absolutely need it. Just because, again, of how last night went. So, essentially what you're telling me, and thanks Shohei Ohtani for yesterday. He got injured, I guess, not his problem. Not his fault. But you're telling me JV can't go 5 innings in this game? Because this is what Justin Verlander has done in every single start that he's had, with the exception of like 2 all year. He's gone 5, or at least in the second half of the season. He's gone 5 innings, at least. And in those starts where he goes 5 innings, 9 times out of 10, he gets 4 strikeouts. And no, I'm not just throwing that number off the top of my head. Legitimately, it's 9 times out of 10, Justin Verlander has gone over 3.5 strikeouts when he's gone 5 innings this year. The only time that this hadn't happened was actually in his best start of the season against the Braves. No, it was the Rays, his last start, but had a really good start against the Braves, and the only game he's ever won as a member of the Giants. He actually didn't get 4 strikeouts. I don't care if they win this game or not. They're probably not going to win the game. The reason I'm going Verlander here is because A, the line's so low, and B, again, the Giants absolutely need the guy to eat innings. They need it tonight. And sure, has that been JV's role this year? Kinda. Guys, Justin Verlander, Unk's been pitching his way into, I don't know if a contract extension, because I don't know if the Giants want to bring him back next year, even though this team's going to be nowhere close to competing next year, even though they're going to feel like they are. But JV is going to find himself on a Major League roster next season at 43 if he wants to keep playing. Again, that's a big if. But yes, guys, I can see it now. Justin Verlander warming up and pitching, be the number 4 starter next year for the Los Angeles Angels. I can totally see that. Or what's another team that would bite? Easy ones like the White Sox, but legitimately, I could see him going for the Marlins. No, they're gonna have guys next year. I'm the Angels, legitimately. Like, I think JV is gonna pitch for the Angels next season, and I think he'd be willing to do it. It's still a big market, it would make sense for him if the Giants don't want to bring him back. Because guys, JV's ERA in the month of August is 2.65. Verlander's pitching well. He pitched 12 shutout innings combined against the Pirates and the Rays, but hey, those mighty Nationals, NATS, Nats, go out there in 5 innings, 11 hits and 5 runs off of Justin Verlander. However, Verlander's still in that start where he got blown up against the Nationals, had 6 strikeouts. Now, Nathaniel Lowe is a big reason to that, but still, right? That's my point. JV can get blown up, and he's still going to find ways to get strikeouts. Even in his worst starts this year, look at that start against the Athletics. It was horrible on the 4th of July. 3 innings, 7 hits, 6 runs. Well, JV still gets 5 strikeouts. And sure, the Padres are a team that doesn't strike out the most, but they really just, let me be honest here. They get that notion around them because of Luis Arraez, who, by the way, has been really bad recently. Still bats 285, and would I still want to have Luis Arraez on my baseball team? Yeah, because it's better than anything we've gotten over the last 5 years at first base, but I digress. Luis Arraez is the only guy in the lineup that's just absolutely not going to strike out, Tatis will strike out. He struck out yesterday. Machado will strike out at times. Ramon Laureano struck out twice yesterday and got struck out in the first inning yesterday by Landon Rupp. Gavin Sheets will strike out. Ryan O'Hearn's a dog, and Ryan O'Hearn needs to be playing every single day for San Diego. I don't know why they're not playing him every single day. It doesn't matter what handedness of the pitcher. Like, O'Hearn needs to be in the lineup. But again, if Verlander has a bad start, no worries. He's still going to go 5 innings. The Giants need him to eat tonight. He's going to find a way to get strikeouts. And again, San Diego's lineup, usually early in games. Yesterday was an exception. I'll say that. The Padres lineup early in games is usually god-awful atrocious. So, I'm taking Justin Verlander here. I think this is a very easy play. Minus 130 for over 3.5 strikeouts. Hopefully this strikeout prop goes a lot better than Shohei Ohtani. Thanks, pal. I finally, for the first time, I pump up Ohtani. It doesn't go our way. It's okay. It's okay. Justin Verlander over 3.5 strikeouts today in San Diego. Minus 130 for Unk over there in SD. On to our 4th best bet of the video. It is our daily nerfy. Yesterday, the nerfy, didn't go our way. And yes, we're going to run it back with the Astros. Houston Astros, Baltimore Orioles, nerfy on Fox. I don't know how this game got the Fox game. Oh, this and Boston and New York. Interesting. I'm sure nobody's going to be watching Astros Orioles, but it's okay. We're watching for the nerfy. Jason Alexander and Brandon Young are pitching today for the Astros and the Orioles. And I know what you're thinking. If you've seen these guys' stats and you've seen what they've done this year, over the course of the year, you're thinking, what are we doing here? Jason Alexander has an ERA of 4.74, and Brandon Young's got an ERA of 5.68. Okay, well, Brandon Young just had the best start of his career. He took a no-hitter into the 9th inning against the Astros. It did not go his way, but in his last start in Houston at Minute Maid, he goes 8 innings, 1 hit, and 0 runs. Yeah, took a no-hitter into the 9th inning against the Astros. Jason Alexander, a guy who was horrible to start the season, his last 3 starts have been very good. Very good. Against the Marlins on August 4th, he goes 6 innings, 3 hits, 0 runs. Against the Yankees, he goes 6 innings, 1 hit, 0 runs. Against the Orioles, he goes 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs. That totals out for 18 innings and 2 runs, which means he's got a 1 ERA in the month of August. He's locked in. Jason Alexander has been more than serviceable for the Houston Astros. I would expect that to continue. Okay? And again, we just need 1 inning out of these guys. So unlike what Framber Valdez did yesterday against the Detroit Tigers, thanks, buddy. I should have gone Tigers money line. I thought about it, couldn't pull the trigger, and I should have, but it's okay. I think Jason Alexander is going to get us 3 outs, okay? I'm a little bit concerned about the Orioles' top of the lineup. I am not concerned at all, about the Houston Astros lineup, though. I'm not. They went 20-something innings in a row without scoring. Obviously, hey, the Astros lineup did their part yesterday. They sure as hell didn't score early in that game against the Detroit Tigers. But of course, right, Framber Valdez had to ruin it for us. He had to ruin our fun yesterday. It's okay. It's okay. The Orioles are coming off a big win on Tuesday against the Boston Red Sox. That was the game where the Nathaniel Lowe game-tying home run. Yeah. But yeah, we're looking at the matchups here. All right, Jason Alexander against the top of the Orioles lineup. Well, Jackson Holliday, okay. You know, Holliday's great, but he's batting .248 this year. They're batting Luis Vasquez in the 2, apparently. All right, Vasquez has an OBP of 111 this year. 077 average. Gunnar Henderson, one of the best players in baseball. I'm not going to deny that. He's batting in the 3, Mountcastle in the 4. We're probably going to see Adley at some point. Yeah, that's whatever. Like, that's not something I'm too concerned with. Is Adley still hurt? I don't know if Adley's still hurt. Didn't play in the last game against the Red Sox. I don't know if he's going to play today. Whatever. That should be light work for Jason Alexander, who, again, in the last 18 innings has given up 2 runs. And albeit, gave up 2 runs in 6 innings against the Orioles. That's fair. I think he's going to be able to find a way to get 3 outs. Flip side of this, Brandon Young versus the Houston Astros. Again, this is the easier part of the nerfy. Look how bad the Astros lineup has been. Last game they played against Baltimore, this series just happened, right? Baltimore went to Boston to play 3 games, and Houston went to Detroit to play 3 games. Well, before those 3 games for both squads, they just played each other. Actually, I think the Orioles played 2 against Boston, oddly enough. Yeah, they just played a 2-game series. But before both these teams' last series against Detroit and Boston, respectively, they played each other, okay? And 2 out of the 3 games that they played over in Houston, Astros got shut out. Friday, they lost 7-0 to the Orioles. Sunday, they lost 12-0 to the Orioles. The one exception was the 5-4 victory in which Jason Alexander started. But, right, Houston gets shut out in 2 of those games. I'm not telling you they're going to get shut out in the entire game today. They're not scoring in the first inning, especially against a guy in Brandon Young who owned them in his last start. Complete ownage. No hitter into the 8th inning. Come on now. Astros top of the lineup right now. Pena, Correa, Altuve. Those are good guys. Those are. But it doesn't matter, guys. As long as one of those 3 guys is not on third base with less than 2 outs, we're okay. Christian Walker ain't doing anything. Jesus Sanchez, ice cold, went 0 for 4 yesterday with 3 strikeouts. Yandy Diaz, probably not doing much. Taylor Trammell's injured, that sucks. But Chas McCormick ain't doing anything. Cam Smith hasn't been good recently. Dubon's been all right. Hit a home run yesterday. That lineup's not bringing in Pena, Correa, or Altuve. We just need to get 2 out of those 3 guys, and we're okay, because I know for damn sure Christian Walker is not going to pick them up, okay? Give me the nerfy today, Houston and Baltimore over at Camden Yards. All right, our final best bet of the video is our second money line of the day. Let's go to Tampa. Let's go to the New York Yankees spring training facility, as we've got the St. Louis Cardinals taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. I'm going with the St. Louis Cardinals. Taking St. Louis to win on the road. Sonny Gray versus Joe Boyles, the pitching matchup. And sure, that is the number 1 thing that sticks out to me. Okay, I'm completely taking Sonny Gray in that matchup, right? Sonny Gray's a guy, 4.3 ERA, but a guy who has been, going out there and giving us gutsy starts, with the exception of his last one against the Yankees. Oh my goodness, it was bad. Gray goes out there, 5 innings, 9 hits, 6 runs. That's horrible. Former team, though, it is what it is. Hasn't played in New York like in 8 years. But stick with me here. The 3 starts prior to that, especially the last 2, for Sonny Gray prior to New York was really good against good lineups too. Sunday Night Baseball against the Cubs, Gray goes 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, only one of which was earned. Against the Dodgers on August 4th in Los Angeles, Gray only gives up a solo home run. That's the only hit he gives up in that start. 7 innings, 1 hit, 1 run against Los Angeles. Gray's ERA, again, is negatively affected by that Yankee start where you give up 6 runs. It's still at 3.79, though, even after that abysmal start at home against the Yankees. And that entire series was abysmal for the Cardinals, yet they go into Miami and do fairly well. They lose yesterday, but they win 2 of 3 in Miami. Nice, I guess. I don't know. Good for the Cardinals. I think they're going to win today against the Rays. Tampa's lost 3 in a row. They win the first 2 in San Francisco against the Giants, lose on Sunday, go to New York, lose back-to-back games, and now they get the St. Louis Cardinals. Yankees completely just boat raced them in both those games. Well, especially the first game, the rain delay game, where New York ended up winning 13-3, and then they won 6-4 yesterday. I still have concerns about the Rays lineup. Yesterday, by the way, it was an extra innings victory for the Yankees. It was Stanton, right? Yeah, Stanton homered in the 10th, and then Austin Wells that went out as well. Same problem I still have with the Rays lineup at times that I've had all year long, and now especially it's like, okay, this is a team that is completely just committed to losing. Shout out to Bob Seymour hitting his first ever home run yesterday. First major league player named Bob to hit a home run since I believe 2002 or 2003. It's crazy. But there's so many guys in this lineup that are just kind of automatic outs right now. And like, okay, respect to Bob Seymour, hit a first home run yesterday. He's not getting a hit today, okay? Josh Lowe, 220 hitter. Hunter Fiducia is batting 161, who's their catcher. Bob Seymour, batting 188, hit that first home run, but I don't know, man. Tristan Gray's batting 143. Again, those 4 guys alone, and Lowe's not a nobody, but Fiducia, Seymour, and Gray, it's like, that's a 30-year lineup, and it's those guys. Fiducia's batting 161, Seymour's batting 188, Gray's batting 143. Sure, Chandler Simpson's great, Yandy Diaz is great, but Junior Caminero has, 30-plus home run season. Again, he's incredible. On his way to 40. Is he at 40 yet? He's at 38, right? 35. Yeah, gonna have a 40 home run season as Caminero. I get it. Great lineup at time, like great top of the lineup. Bottom lineup's just not gonna cut it. Sonny Gray in this Tampa Stadium gets a little tricky, but I think he's going to be all right. Mainly doing this because Joe Boyle has not been good. They've used him out the pen, I believe, at times this year. Not going to go deep into starts. Last 2 have been horrible. Against the Mariners, 3 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 6 runs. Giants, 2 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs. The Cardinals are not some offensive powerhouse. I completely understand that. They're going to find ways to scrap across runs in this game, though. Ivan Herrera, Alec Burleson, Wilson Contreras. Someone has to come through. It's probably not going to be Jordan Walker. I don't know if I've ever watched Jordan Walker get a hit. And that's a joke at this point. I definitely have seen Walker get hits, but it's like an ongoing thing. Whenever I watch Jordan Walker, he's always striking out. And yesterday, he went 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. Actually, no, he got 1 hit, but he had 3 strikeouts. Jordan Walker for you. Hey, I'm old enough to remember when he was supposed to be a main prize in a Juan Soto package. Thank goodness. Thank goodness we didn't get Jordan Walker, Mason Wynn, Dylan Carlson. Ooh, for Juan Soto. Mason Wynn, great player, but he's not C.J. Abrams. Anyways, I digress. I'm taking the St. Louis Cardinals. We are going to have to trust in these guys today, though. We're taking the St. Louis Cardinals to beat the Tampa Bay Rays. I believe Gray bounces back in a big way here, and I think the Cardinals will jump on and all over Joe Boyle tonight. Give me St. Louis Cardinals money line at -120. So, folks, thank you all for watching our MLB Best Bets here on August 21st. If you haven't yet, though, make sure that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you do. Screw thing the pigs. We'll be back tomorrow for more daily MLB Best Bets. Folks, thank you all for watching, and Mamba forever.